was the last time we saw Alk run in any draft? Because the last time I can remember it was like solo mid Arcanist going Phase Boots mech or Arcane's mech into Blink Dagger. Easy. Have you seen it recently? Or are you just going to go to Dat Dota and type in Alchemist? Are you going to find the instant answer? Bot lane, PPD on that line, Boots first, Aoi 2000 of course on his famous Chen. Not buying... Oh, he spent up all his gold, so I'm guessing Tangos, Pool Tangos, Observer Wards, Courier, everything. Throwing out regen left and right to his teammates. Then we've obviously got Sumail, Shadow Fiend mid, Fear on the Juggernaut. Support Alchemist, 24th of February, so not too long ago. That was what, a week ago? Two weeks ago. Support Alk. I'm guessing that was a cap game? I'm not too sure. But we've got King RD on the Earthshaker. He's got smoke, plenty of regen there. Tavo playing the Clockwork. Barga, Scarith Mage, 4DR. The Alchemist heading down to bot lane, gonna try and invade the Radiant jungle. Get some wards down, try and stop Aoi from farming up too efficiently pretty much. They've only got one observer ward though. Oh, they've got two observers, one on the clock, one on the Skyrath. No sentries or anything. So maybe they're not planning to go and ward all the camps. Maybe a couple of key ones. The Radiant don't have any sentries, but Aoi does have 200 gold saved up. So if they do realize camps are blocked up, they've got their gold just waiting in standby. Observer ward goes pretty deep there, giving decent vision from movements between that pull camp and onto lane. It's always a really nice ward down here. It's more often than not the ward that's placed around this area is counter warded. And this one is out of range of the other regular D ward spot, which is up here. Because that catches the multiple camp blocking spots all around there. The one person we didn't look at, Universe on this Nyx up at top lane, and the Tinker. Where are you hiding? Where's the Tinker? HFN on the Tinker. Both teams going for the early bounty runes. Bot going to be taken by the Dire and top by the Radiant. Pretty standard so far. It's a little bit easier for Radiant to take top because of the cliffs they've got here. They've got high ground vision. They can't be spotted out across the river, so they can group themselves up, walk down the ramp, and it's similar for the Dire over here. They can hide in the Roche pit, but they don't really have that same high ground advantage. The Radiant have it up here, but if you've got a Dire ward watching out, oh, actually they don't. That's a Radiant ward spotting out what's going on. Sentry wards. Oh, that's nice from PPD. So he does manage to get that D ward on the deep observer there. It's kind of unfortunate. I was saying that this spot here is more often than not D warded, but PPD, he's got his thinking hat on. Already playing very aggressively high up in the lane. Right clicks down Tavo, and Cogs not really accomplishing too much. Look at this zoning from PPD. He's got Earth Spike now, getting right clicks in between Fear. Has Blade Fury, but they don't have enough lockdown to really do too much damage to the Clockwork. Just keep him out of XP range, keep him close to his tier 1 tower. Where's Alchemist? Up on the safe lane, Alchemist and Skyrath farming away. Universe is taking quite a substantial amount of damage, but now he's got Carapace, he can look to turn it back around on Barga. Carapace, one of the arcane bolts, then get an impale down and right click the Skyrath a couple of times. Mid, Sumail caught out, the Fisher and the Rockets. They find the first blood, and that's pretty damn good for Pain. Yes, I was kind of expecting this, but not so early. Tinker level 2, 1 laser, 1 set of rockets, and it's more than enough to finish off the Shadow Fiend. So SF, he's building up souls, he's level 3, but even though he did a substantial amount of damage, actually, the Tinker has to be careful. He's got to stay pretty far from this creep wave now, because Sumail, bottling himself up, is able to launch a raise there without wasting any mana. Down at bot lane, Tavo fighting up against the Lion. And this is what I was saying, with Battery Assault, he can potentially just run into the Lion when PPD's got no mana, being burnt out by Cogs, forced to use it pretty aggressively to zone out the Clockwork. He runs the risk of dying, but Clockwork, like I said, goes for the Stout Shield first, just to sustain and block through the harass damage coming from the Lion. Boots going to be the next option for him. Pick up those boots, chase down the Lion, and just keep that damage going. Aoi just holding the rune there for Sumail. He's stacked up this large camp twice, so he's got a couple of creeps. Wild Wing really is the important one. So he's got that stack going, just to allow him to farm. Medium camp stacked up for Sumail, so Aoi definitely playing the martyr role here as the Chen. Helping to win mid lane with that tornado, really annoying for a Tinker to deal with, because now Sumail, he can just farm through the waves. With level 2 raises, look, he's just going to raise twice here with a couple of right clicks and take down the creep wave, forcing the Tinker to, oh, that's a nice raise actually down onto the Tinker just behind his tower. But this forces HFN to fight under the tier 1. He's going to try and get last hits, he's going to try and keep the equilibrium where he wants it, while Sumail going for denies, keeping this lane really in his favor, doubling up on last hits against HFN. The Alchemist, 18 for 1 up on this top lane. Pretty unimpeded farm for him. But then you look at the Juggernaut and Shadow Fiend. They are doing exceptionally well on their lanes. Offlaner from the Dire, 0 last hits. 2 supports from the Dire, 0 last hits. And then Aoi 2000, who, you know, it looks like he's not really doing too much, but with this stack that he's able to take with the Wild Wing, he's going to suddenly hit level 3. Then he's got level 2 in Holy Persuasion. He'll be able to take a couple more creeps, send one mid, continue farming with the other one, maybe even move down to bot lane. Tarvo is returning back to base though. That I was not expecting. Sumail finding a solo kill on HFN. Tinker does have boots and bottle in the stash. Sends them over to himself, but I don't even know how that's possible. Sumail just finding kills where he shouldn't really. The Tinker, I'm guessing. Oh man, 2 in a row. Right, time to turn on my map awareness hack. I've got to keep my eyes out. Top lane, I guess that's a little more expected. The fact that Universe is playing the Nyx. Carapace, level 1. He's against a stun, a silence, and a plenty of nukes up on this top lane. 1-1-1 build from King RD on that Earthshaker. Stacking wise, the Radiant trying to make the most out of this jungle. Little laser thrown out there. Sumail though with a double damage. HFN cannot fight into that. Couriers both flying around. What's that? Midas for the Alchemist. So he wants to keep this GPM going. He wants to be the most farmed, most aggressive Alchemist that you've ever seen. Fear now, 30 last hits. Actually leading up on this Alch. 10 denies, so he's holding the lane where he really wants it. But this last wave, pushing it out so the PPD can pull it back and pull through, get some more experience on him, because he's sitting at level 3. He really wants to start moving up to level 6, get those tranquil boots, get a little more gold in his pocket. Same thing with Aoi. They've got 2 relatively greedy supports on EG, but they're not being contested. No way! Sumail! What are you doing to this Tinker? HFN is not having a good time at mid. King RD not there in time for the Fisher to save him. And Sumail with a couple of raises is making short work of this Tinker. 40R taking some sustained damage there from Universe, but not really anything too scary. Tarvo looks like he went for a battery assault move onto PPD, but nothing doing. Even with boots, he's not able to really chase him down. So what kind of build are we looking at for them, Tinker? So he's not going for the max rockets. He went for that level 1 rockets just to secure the kill on the Shadow Fiend very early on. Bot Rune going to get contested. Haste though picked up by PPD. Tarvo stunned down by the Centaur. A couple more right clicks. Do they have another net? No, it's already been used. PPD is still chasing with his haste. He's scared of the Earthshaker up on the high ground though. It's not really somewhere that you can go up onto high ground without any vision whatsoever. Do they want to go mid? They've smoked up. PPD with level 2 in Earth Spike. Now Shadowfiend with a Midas. Gonna just go and take one of these mod golems. But does Tinker die again here at mid? Haste is running out and PPD gets spotted out. King RD stunned up and snared. Not gonna get there in time. The nuke from Chen does drop King RD pretty low, but the Fisher pretty decent. Sumail double raise. Yep. Double raise, but the right click from Chen. Centaur finishing off that poor old Earthshaker. The Fisher was good. It's just that Aoi and Sumail were that much better. So even though the Dire got that first blood, EG are moving around the map making things happen. Fear free farming bot lane. Quelling Blade, last hits for days. Alchemist with the Midas and Treads. His item build has to be pretty spot on. Level 3 in Grievel's Greed means that his net worth is going to be higher than the Juggernaut, even though they're equal on last hits. Then you look at the Shadow Fiend, who's got, what, 2 kills now. His first death doesn't mean too much. Even if you kill the Shadow Fiend, you know, 2 or 3 times early on into the game, he's still able to go back into the jungle. Still able to find kills with razors, turn things around. I mean, look at that triple stack in the large camp. All of a sudden, bringing Sumail up to another 1,200 gold. Couple that with a Midas, and you're just keeping this GPM pumping. PPD walking out of the fog there. Tavo going to get stunned up just about fear. Has Omni Slash. If Tavo moves away from this creep wave, he's dead. If he stays near the creep wave, he's dead. One Omni Slash swipe finishes off that clockwork, and EG are starting to dominate this now. Even with a good early start from Pain RC, the fact that EG are controlling bot lane so heavily, mid lane has been pretty much entirely won by Shadow Fiend. The one rotation from Chen and Lion, sure it helps out, but Sumail has been completely dominating. The one lane Pain really have to fall back on is this Alchemist. Do they have stack camps for him? There's medium camp stacked up, large camp. Okay, they're getting these stacks prepped up. They know that they're pretty much putting all their eggs into this Alchemist basket. If they can get him farmed, then he can go fight. Clockwork once he hits 6. He's got the hook shot. They've got the Mystic Flare from Skarth once he gets his ultimate as well. So they've got that solo pick-off potential just to lock one person down and nuke them into oblivion. The big problem then for me comes from this Tinker. His start hasn't been great. Do these stacks belong to him? Do they give them to the Tinker to try and come back into the game? The balance of the farm here from Pain does matter a lot. I was kind of looking at Alchemist and thinking, okay, they give him the stacks. They get him super farmed. But Tinker needs some farm as well. And it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Stack up the camps for the level 3 March. He's got Soul Ring and Rearm. So he's going to take these down, get a little bit of gold in his pocket, and hopefully get towards those Boots of Travel. I mean, when you think about it, he's died twice. He's not too far away. With these stacks, he's going to get closer and closer. He's now going to be, what, about 800 gold away from it? Still 1,000 gold away from it. Owie with Arcane's first. Smoke ready for him, and he's going to hit level 6 after this camp. So, Hand of God available. Sumail. Moving up to top lane. Universe is in Vendetta. They're going to try and scout out the Alchemist here. One hit and a stun might open things up for the Shadow Fiend just to walk up and double raise. Now that ult is on cooldown, and obviously it doesn't give you that bonus HP, it's just regen now. It's not that good when you've got pretty heavy magic nukes on the Radiant side. Then PPD with level 5.5, Tranquil Boots. Getting well on his way to Blink Dagger 9 minutes in. Net worth-wise, Shadow Fiend pretty much as expected, leading the board there. 5,500, Sumail with that Midas. Got it pretty early on. Keeping tabs on that Alchemist, though, really has to be one of their key concerns. Owie. Catching out HFN, who has gone pretty aggressive up here on the high ground, gets netted up and stunned. Locked in place and taken down by the Chen creeps. Nyx takes the kill on Tinker. Chen has fallen though to the Clockwork. Now PPD. Arcane Bolt drops his HP pretty low, but the chase continues. If Universe can land a multiple hero impale, which is pretty much why Pain RC realized, okay, we've got to split here. Fisher launched down onto 3, does lock them in place, but he's got no route of escape. Chen creeps, hold him down, and snared and taken out. So all in all, that Tinker losing his life there, definitely not worth it for Pain. Killing the Chen and walking away with, what, 2 of your heroes dying, that's pretty rough. You're making space for the Alchemist, but at this point, you need to be making space for the Tinker. You can even tell from the wards they've got. Defensive wards around mid lane. Sentry at mid lane. Trying to defend this Tinker as much as they can. They've even got a sentry up here. I guess they've not been able to go and de-ward that. Maybe Earthshaker put it down. So HFN has to return to the jungle, try and farm through these creep camps as quickly and efficiently as he can, but when you've got Yule Scepter on Sumail, along with that Midas, he's going to be looking for kills. He's going to be looking for blood. Possibly just Fisher here. Nope, the Yules happens first. Requiem, see ya. Tavo, hookshot is available. Battery's not going to slow down Sumail. Trying to dodge through as he doesn't have a defensive Yules now. Concussive shot will slow him down, and Sumail going to go down. Tavo, Finger of Death. Okay, PPD's level 6. Launches out that finger and Clockwork. Not long for this world. So even though Sumail gets a pretty nice, quick and easy kill on the Earthshaker, they're still losing his life. Getting a trade, PPD, taking down the Clockwork. Still, EG have full control of this game. 8-4, 11 minutes in. Net worth 7,000 on the Alchemist. What's he going for? 3,000 gold saved up. He can go for anything he wants. Is that Fear going Shadowblade? Mask Commander's phase boots Shadowblade. I can fully understand this, because when you're looking at Tinker, who now has Boots of Travel, anytime he TPs to lane, there's the threat of Fear just being there. Sure, he's 800 gold away, he needs that Claymore still. But Tinker now has to be so aware that Juggernaut can pop up Invis next to a creep wave. Omni Slash him, Blade Fury him, just crit him down with Mask of Madness. Universe, very close to his Blink Dagger even, so this offlaner has done exceptionally well. His lane didn't go great, but the movements he's made, getting experience, assist golds. Skywrath and Clockwork walk into the Chen army. Triple Centaur and one Hellbear. You just cannot break that defensive wall. If you walk up to the Centaurs, you get triple stunned, nuke down. Universe could potentially just finish you off with a Vendetta Strike. Sumail now finds Tavo. The battery slot's used defensively. Hookshot. He's prepping it. He's thinking about it. Goes for PPD. Locks him in the cogs. Now the Skywrath Mage throws out a couple of Arcane Bolts, and Rockets will actually finish him off. Where's Universe going? Vendetta? Who can he find though? Barger is here alone, 680 HP. Universe has enough damage to take him out. Juggernaut takes the kill, and I'll check it out bot lane, but I'm too busy watching up here. Universe misses his stun, in fact. Concussive shot slowing Universe down. Owie now, not enough damage to finish off that Skywrath. 4DR battling it up against Chen creeps. Universe body block, trying to get in front of him, but the movement speed on that Alchemist just a little bit too much. And at bot lane, Shadowblade completed for Fear, pushed out of the lane by the Tinker. He's going to be really happy about where he is though. 7,800 net worth without Midas, just full on farming creeps, farming heroes. What's the leader we're looking at? 5,000 net worth lead now for EG, 4,000 experience. Every single lane went well for them. Can Fear really do this? Or does he go for the kill? It's a little bit risky going for the kill on Clockwork. They can fully see what's going on. He's just testing the ward. Oh, they know. They're picking out. Are they guessing, or do they know? They're grouping up. They're smoking. Is Fear going to get caught out here? They're going the wrong way. If they send one rocket flare in there, Fear is dead. So is that AC being built up as a first item for Alchemist? That's pretty interesting. Like, attack speed is good on Alch, but a lot of the time you need HP, Magic Community with a BKB, and things like Mjolnir and Abyssal. You want to get some proc items because your attack speed is pretty good initially. Get attack speed items then to increase your attack speed. I mean, your base attack time, sorry, is pretty good with that Chemical Rage. So Roshan taken there, plus the Ancients. Fear is just moving pretty much unimpeded across this map. They spot him out, and Tavo is ready with the hookshot. Fear does have Omni Slash. Oh, if he had enough mana, he would have it though. Silence stunned up, and there's no. He's got Shadowblade in a second. Do they have reveal? Sentry's placed. Okay, they've got reveal. I was worried there for a second whether Pain would actually find the kill. Now, when he respawns, he's got Omni Slash, so he'll be able to use that, but he spins to win first. Universe throws out the stun onto 4DR, the hookshot. Does lock Fear in place. The Finger of the Death, though. More than enough to finish on the Clockwork. Now the Omni Slash level 2, shredding Pain. Clockwork buys back, but what kind of impact can he make? Sumail sends the ES up into the air. Echo Slam does do plenty of damage with the Chen creeps lying around. But Tavo is now caught between a rock and a hard place. Universe blinks forward. SF goes down to the Tinker Rocket. And Universe looks like he's going to have to make a hasty retreat out of this one. Fear sent back to base. And overall, EG going to be happy with that one. Forcing a Clockwork buy back. Forcing Pain away from their farming rituals and taking Roche, taking Ancients, getting a couple of kills under Fear's belt. He's now got Yasha completed on top of the rest of his items. So even though Sumail has died a couple of times, he's still Shadow Fiend. He's still got Blink Yules. His farm rate just really never stops. With the fact that he's got Midas and level 4 Razors, he can farm jungle, lanes. There's really no one to stop him farming. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not fun for the Clockwork. Farming a jungle camp because he knows he can't go to lane, but he still gets taken out by Fear. Universe with that pretty quick blink also allowing them to close the gap on the Clockwork just that little bit faster so Fear can pump out that damage. Looks like Fear going into the Basher next. Now, AC is done for 4DR. Cart was just saying it's got like a 90% win rate, but I don't know. They've got no real aggressive ability from the Alchemist right now. All he has is minus armor from Acid Spray and AC. He doesn't have any big damage output. He can't really man-fight against the Juggernaut. He can't really man-fight against the Shadow Fiend, because Yules and Requiem will still tear him a new one. Universe with the DD rune, where are you heading? Sentries, observers. Pain are really scared about the map movement here from EG. They've got such a dominant hold on the map that every defensive ward counts. They've got one here to spot the farming patterns of, Sumail, maybe the Juggernaut just moving to the jungle, so they know where one of the threats is. Defensive ward here near the Ancients, so that Alchemist can go and farm the Ancients maybe without getting taken out. Still risky. Still super risky. And when Pain haven't taken a single tier 1 tower down, they haven't been able to utilize Hookshot into Mystic Flare. King RD trying to save up to Blink Dagger, who's only got Brown Boots and Magic Wand. They're going to walk straight into Fear. He's in Viz, Shadow Bladed up. Again, Deep Observer Ward, super defensive from Pain. Omni Slash onto Barga, back to the Mud Golem, but then, luckily enough for him, bounces straight into the Alchemist. Swipes 2 down with 1 Omni Slash, and Universe hunting for more. He's got Bottle and 1 Stick Charge. He doesn't have enough for a stun, really, as he's already expended that one. Sentry. I don't know if he got spotted out here. Apparently he did. Cog's thrown down there by Tavo, so he definitely had an inkling that Universe was on the hunt. 16-7 now. Net worth lead overall. 10,000 and climbing for EG. Experience-wise, pretty much the same story. Pain with that Tinker having a slow start. He's got Blink, he's got Boost of Travel, but what kind of impact can he make? Because right now EG are at their strongest. They've got items on Sumail, they've got plenty of items on Fear. And then Aoi 2000 with Mech and Arcane Boots, a full Chen army that Pain really do struggle to bring down. Taking towers with ease. Tier 1 mid still standing, Tinker. Where are you going to blink to? In fact, doesn't shift Q the blink, which I feel is a little bit risky. Oh, that's not a Basher. Okay. I kind of felt with the Ogre, Belt of Ogre Strength that he'd go straight into Basher and that would just be a casual Yasha for the attack and movement speed. But Sanjin Yasha makes perfect sense. You need a little bit more HP if you're worried about, potentially getting nuked down or chain stunned by Hookshot, Fissure, Mystic Flare, and then laser and rockets from the Tinker. So I can fully get behind Fear going for a little more stats. Building up his strength, definitely something Juggernaut needs. Is Tinker going Bloodstone as his third item? Because I see that point booster and my initial thought was Aghanims, which is something we just never see on Tinkers. Bloodstone makes a lot more sense because you can keep that mana regen going. Carapace stunning him up, that's really annoying to deal with. But Bloodstone, it does scale better into late game. Aghanims, if you're defending base, quadruple rockets is nice. I'm just not sure about the damage output from it. We'll see what HFN does though. That point booster could be anything. Fear once again on the hunt through the dire jungle. Not going to find anyone though because Pain hiding in the trees, hiding on high ground, just finding any little nook and cranny they can to put themselves into. Oh man. Sumail finds the Tinker. Requiem, yep. 1 hit, 1 kill. Tinker thought he was safe farming the enemy jungle, but when you've got tier 1 towers still standing, Sumail just walks up to him and uses Requiem. No blink back from the Tinker, just a little bit too slow on the fingers it seems there. PPD goes out, Earth Spike goes to Tavo, Finger of Death drops into about a third of his HP. Now the Hex and another Impale from Universe. Mystic Flare pretty much off the mark as PPD just walks it off. And Omni Slash from Fear in the back end. Taking down another 2 heroes. Juggernaut, what is your KDA right now? 8-0-3. Net worth of 13.5 thousand gold. Sumail with almost 14k after he cleared that creep wave. And now it's pretty much scramble all defenses for Pain. Defend towers, defend base, don't let them take racks this early on. 22 minutes in with a full Chen army. Look, Alchemist is even buying back. They know how vital it is to really stem the flow right now. They've got so many wounds, they're just bleeding out. If EG, you know, they made small lacerations. They were slicing Pain up in the early game. Omni Slash here and there, yeah. But in the past 5 minutes, it's been big, big, big wounds. Even Universe is pretty farmed up. Look at that, 7,000 net worth. He's equal with the Chen, though, who is 1,000 gold away from his Aghanims. I don't know. Maxing Greevil's Greed and going Midas, it may seem nice in theory, but when you're getting all your lanes pushed in, there's nowhere safe to farm, there's no jungle for you to take, because Fear just did the full loop. He took every single jungle camp and was like, yeah, what up? Alchemist, where are you going to farm now? Mid lane? Well, say hello to Sumail. With Boot to Travel, he walks straight... Oh, man, no. Does that insta-give him? That does actually just kill him straight up. No BKB, no survivability, no way to survive through that Requiem of Souls from Sumail. The TP down to bot lane, Fear potentially could get into trouble here. They've got a sentry down, they've got a hook shot, Fissure, a Mystic Flare. The Ancient Seal is going to be the big one for Barga though. Level 4 Ancient Seal, just to stun Fear up long enough. The Earthshaker blinks in with the Echo Slam, but Fear gets the spin off just in time. Tinker going to cancel that TP because there's no way they can chase him down. Fear, in fact, going invis and turning this around. He needs another 40 mana to take someone down with Omni Slash. Well, I guess not. If Universe blinks in like that and stuns up the Scarth Mage, it's more than easy for Fear to just swipe through the low HP and low armor of that Scarth Mage. Tavo with a defensive hook shot, but crits for days as Fear once again takes him down. Sumail, along with Ari 2000, diving behind tier 3s. Like, why the hell not? 24 minutes in. You have a super commanding lead, and Pain, it's time to tap out. This is full-on chokehold from EG. Now 40R, stunned up, and nuked down. GG is called by Pain. There is just no way back into this game. 25-minute victory for EG here in the first game of the MLG Pro League American Division. And that was as one-sided as it gets, really.